Hey guys, welcome back to Courtroom Clapbacks. I'm Vicki and today we are headed to Fulton County, Georgia, where I have to admit the more criminal cases I hear coming out of this courtroom in particular, the more frustrated I'm getting. It seems that they direct more attention toward figuring out how in the world to make consequences go away for the criminal, rather than coming down hard and hearing somebody in that room fight for real justice for the victim. Let me know if it's just me or if you guys are hearing the same thing coming out of this courtroom. Let me know what you think the judge is thinking. How is this district attorney sounding so much like a defense attorney? Have you got your popcorn? Okay, we're headed into the courtroom now, so buckle up because court is in session.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. We are going to take a plea in position, I was just on it, 16 on the trial calendar. It's 25 SC 004695, State versus, is it pronounced Casillas? Mr. Casillas is here in court with his lawyer, Ms. Ismailova. Ms. Nix represents the state. And Mr. Casillas, your lawyer tells me you're prepared to go forward with a plea. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Nix is going to put you under oath. She'll ask you questions about your case and your rights. You need to answer those as best you can. You also need to let me know if you have questions at any time. Will you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Nix.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Casillas, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that any testimony or statements that you shall give in the matter currently before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Manuel Salvador Casillas.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any medicine, drugs, or alcohol?
No.
Is there a medication that you normally take that you have not taken or been given today?
No.
How old are you?
I am 46.
How far have you gone in school?
I have a college graduate.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have been charged with the following offense, aggravated sexual battery?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to this charge?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to review your rights with your attorney?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment, including any potential defenses?
Yes.
Defense counsel, are you satisfied that your client has a full understanding of this proceeding?
Yes.
Mr. Casillas, have you reviewed the indictment in this case?
Yes.
Do you waive a formal reading of the indictment?
Yes.
Can you confirm that you have been arrested on these charges?
Yes.
Has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence to each charge to which you're pleading guilty today?
Yes.
Do you understand that today you're entering a negotiated plea, which means that the joint recommendation to the court is as follows? The state will reduce the charge to aggravated assault with intent to rape, and the joint recommendation is 15 years probation, no contact, and stay away with North McNulty. That's McNulty. Defendant will submit to a psychosexual evaluation and complete any recommended treatment. And the state has no objection to first offender. And if first offender is granted, he will only have to register as a sex offender while on probation. You understand that that is the recommended sentence?
Yes.
Do you understand that the court does not have to accept the recommendation and can sentence you to the maximum sentence on each charge?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you do not accept the court's sentence, that you may withdraw your plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that the offense to which you are pleading is a sexual offense?
Yes.
You understand that you'll be subject to additional special conditions of probation as a result of entering this guilty plea?
Yes.
Have you been informed of those additional special conditions?
Yes.
Did you complete and sign the following documents that detail those special conditions of probation?
Yes.
One is special conditions of probation that I'm showing you.
Yes.
And the second is submission to a polygraph as a condition of probation
Yes.
that I'm also showing you. Did you fully understand the conditions set forth in these documents?
Yes.
And did you sign these documents?
Yes.
Do you understand that as a result of a conviction for aggravated assault with intent to rape, you will be required to register as a sex offender?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit?
Yes.
Do you understand that as a condition of your probation, you cannot violate any special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation of the balance of your sentence?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction as well as other jurisdictions, including the federal courts?
Yes.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Do you understand that neither the court, your attorney, nor the DA's office has anything to do with parole, the Department of Corrections, or the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and no one can guarantee parole?
Yes.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, you may use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm?
May not.
Say it again.
Do you understand that that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of a felony, which may carry a sentence of up to 15 years in prison?
Yes.
Are you asking to be treated as a first offender under the provisions of the First Offender Act?
Yes.
Have you ever pled guilty or nolo contendere to a felony in the state of Georgia or any other jurisdiction?
No.
Have you ever been sentenced for any crime, felony, or misdemeanor under the First Offender Act?
No.
Has your lawyer explained the First Offender Act to you?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you violate the terms of your first offender sentence or commit a new offense while on first offender probation, your first offender status could be revoked, you could be adjudicated guilty, and you could be resentenced up to the maximum sentence for each charge in this indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to a trial by jury to see, hear, question, and confront any witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify or to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury, to remain silent, to confront witnesses against you, to the assistance of counsel, the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and present other evidence, to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial?
Yes.
Has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter a guilty plea?
No.
Is it your decision to waive all the rights I've just read to you and enter a guilty plea because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
How do you plead to the amended charge of aggravated assault with intent to rape in indictment number 25 SC 004695?
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have only 30 days in which to appeal your conviction based on your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of your guilty plea?
Yes.
Judge, had this case gone to trial, the state would expect the evidence to show that on or about September 5th, 2023. The defendant did place North McCulty in reasonable apprehension of receiving a violent injury with the intent to rape North McCulty, who is a female, without the consent of North McCulty, and that occurred in Fulton County. The defendant has no criminal history. This appears to be his first arrest.
Have you or someone from your office had contact with, I don't know if it's McNulty or McNully in the indictment, it says McNully, but whatever the name is, has someone from your office?
Yes, sir. And I believe that my victim advocate might have a statement from her to read. Sorry, I missed
I'd
that.
like to hear that.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, my name is Nort. It has been 2.5 years since my life was split by Manuel Casillas. Before, I was trusting, eager to help those in need, especially acquaintances and friends. I took joy in community activities I attended or organized. I loved connecting good people to each other and making new friends. I easily shared public and private spaces with others. That night I was changed. I've known Manuel for 4 years. He asked me earlier that day about sex and dating. I told him I do not have any interest with him or in general. He tried to coerce me into sexual contact, and I still refused. He became irate and verbally abusive. As he was going through a crisis, I thought he couldn't intend to behave so badly, and I ignored the behavior. I believe he respected my friendship. Instead, Manuel waited until I was asleep and at my most vulnerable. I woke up frozen in horror. I could only hear my racing heartbeat pounding in my ears. I lay there waiting for it to end and questioned everything I had said to him or done, and I hated myself for thinking he had been my friend. Because of Manuel's actions, my self-esteem plummeted and my world shrank. I searched my body and personality for what attracted this harm, confused and ashamed, convinced I had made some fatal mistake. I did not touch another person for over a month, and it would no longer before I could hug the man in my life. I still don't want strangers touching me and avoid making doctor and hair appointments. When a man expressed romantic interest in me, I stopped going to the store I sometimes saw him at, because after this, I'm afraid he too won't respect just being friends. I no longer trust my judgment about how safe a person is or not. I reduced my online and in-person communities and friends. For social responsibilities, I go through the motion like a ghost, trying to refine the enthusiastic person I was before. At home, I often wait until one is in the communal spaces before I cook or shower. Until no one is in the communal spaces before I cook or shower. For nearly 2 years, I struggled with vivid nightmares. I still suffer disturbed and limited sleep, which affects my focus at work. They needed to hire others to help cover for me. It took 7 months for trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapy to feel solid enough to speak to authorities. My life has felt on pause. There are days I wish I didn't exist. I return to therapy for depression and self-harm and fight against this stealing more from me. I haven't always succeeded, but I'm trying every day. The entered plea is a gift Manuel has not earned from me. When I asked him directly about other victims, he told me, quote, "I never had the opportunity, only the temptation." This phrase burns my thoughts, and when I think about this case, without serious corrective help now, I worry about a future opportunity for him aligning the temptation on someone else. I ask the court to impose conditions that prioritize protection and prevention, to communicate that this crime would not be tolerated. I also respectfully ask the court to include strict no contact conditions including third parties and social media, and serious consequences for any action. Thank you. Respectfully, North McNulty.
Thank you. So, Ms. Nix, it sounds like Ms. McNulty doesn't necessarily agree with the way you're proposing we resolve this. Not that she controls things, but that's what I took from that.
Judge, she and I did have a discussion and she was fine with the probation offer.
Oh,
As
okay.
long as there was no contact.
sure.
She was interested in seeing restorative justice. That's what she told me.
Okay.
She just wanted to make sure that this did not happen to anyone else. She was not interested in seeing prison time. She just wanted there to be no contact. She wanted the defendant to get help. When I asked what that meant, she said something that led me to believe that a psychosexual evaluation would be the best course of action. And that the sex offender registry, at least while he's on probation, would be the best course of action.
Okay. So the special conditions of probation then would be, number one, no contact with Ms. McNulty. Two, get the psychosexual evaluation and then follow any treatment if it's recommended. And then I don't know exactly how it works, and that's something for Ms. Ismailova to explain to her client. It sounds like you believe Mr. Casillas will need to register as a result of this, or he is agreeing that he will register as a result of this.
This is a registrable offense.
Okay, so he will be registering, and you are simply saying for the record that 15 years from now, the state would not oppose Mr. Casillas deregistering, assuming he otherwise qualifies. Or
Well,
did I misunderstand what you were saying?
no, if Your Honor grants him first offender, which we are not objecting to,
Mhm.
we're not agreeing to, we're not objecting to, he qualifies.
When you say he qualifies, meaning at the end of the sentence, because it would be first offender, he would automatically be removed from the registry, or he would be able to petition to be removed and the state wouldn't oppose that? There are a lot of intricacies with when you can come off and when you can't and when you can petition to. And and you may have looked at this more directly because it's your client. I don't want Mr. Casillas to have the wrong impression of how it will play out at the end of the 15 years.
If I'm not mistaken, for a first offender sentence, once the sentence is over, the registration requirements are automatically over.
You two are saying the same thing, so I'll go with that. Okay.
There is also, because he's going to another state, there might be some other complications, but that is my understanding that it is automatic.
At least that's what Georgia law is.
Yes.
Okay. Georgia doesn't control other states. All right. Thank you for that. Let me see. We do have pretrial on. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you, Ms. Stallworth?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Ms. Nix thought there was no criminal history for Mr. Casillas other than the arrest in this case. Did you have anything different?
No, that's correct. There's no prior history.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ismailova.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. As the court has heard, Mr. Casillas is 46 years old. He doesn't have any criminal history. He has been in custody since March 15th of 2025. He was taken into custody in New Mexico. That's where he was living at the time. And he waived extradition and was brought over to Fulton and has been at the Fulton County Jail since April the 3rd of 2025. We're just asking that the court accept the recommended or the negotiated resolution, Your Honor. Mr. Casillas is requesting that the court sentence him as a first offender. He is eligible, as you've already heard. I've went over all the conditions of this sentence with him, and he understands and completely and is fully capable of following all of those conditions, including the no contact provision with North McNulty. I have been in contact with probation because Mr. Casillas has never lived in Georgia, so he will be, going back to live out of state. So we are trying to make that process as seamless as possible. I do have the money order fee today to give to probation as well. The only other thing is that this case would be eligible for a bid date. And so we would be requesting a bid date of the 3 years. I've spoke with Ms. Nix about it previously. I think she agrees that it is eligible. I don't think she's in agreement or not agreement with me asking for it, but I believe that she does agree that he is eligible for that. So we would be requesting that as well.
Okay. Got it. And one question I know you would have asked because it's in there and I missed because I was trying to pull the case up in Odyssey. Mr. Casillas's citizenship status.
He's a U.S. citizen.
Okay. All right. Mr. Casillas, do you have any questions about anything we've discussed?
I do not.
Do you have anything you want to add?
For what it's worth, Your Honor, I'd like to add that there are things I disagreed with in the initial warrant, that a statement from North, and that there is still things I disagree with in today's statement, just for what it's worth.
Well, it's worth a lot. You're entitled to register your disagreement with what the state thinks the facts would be. That's, of course, one side of the story. And I know there are typically at least 2, if not 8 sides to a story. I've heard what Ms. McNulty told law enforcement, what she has relayed to the district attorney's office, and then directly from her in the form of that written statement. And clearly, whatever happened in September of 23 has had an adverse impact on her. It's clearly had an impact on you. You spent 344 days in the county jail. My hope is that she can continue to heal and that you will stay far, far away from her and people will go in their separate directions, and that something like this never again happens to her and that you don't find yourself in this situation again. Mr. Casillas, I find a factual basis for your plea. I also find that your plea is knowing and voluntary, meaning you've understood what we talked about and that you have decided to enter this plea of your own free will, not from coercion from anyone. Do you agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I have all those forms? Thanks. All right. Mr. Casillas, did you already sign the forms that list the different conditions that will be part of your probation as a registered sex offender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Ismailova, can someone in my office sign the indictment on your behalf?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Nix?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Casillas, can we electronically affix your signature to the indictment indicating your plea, in this case, to the reduced charge of aggravated assault with attempt to rape?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll do that. You understand that you'll be required to register as a sex offender as a result of this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
That has an impact on where you can live and the type of work you can do. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
What type of work do you hope to do?
Accounting.
Accounting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think that registering will impact your ability to be an accountant directly. And if you move, are you planning on going back to New Mexico? Is that, no?
No, Your Honor. He's going to be living with his parents who reside in California. The address I already provided to probation, the name and contact information for his mother as well. Probation
Great.
has.
So you're going to California. You may not go to California until you get the green light from Georgia that your probation has been transferred to California. Do you understand that?
Sure.
Do you have a place to stay in Georgia?
I do not, however,
Okay.
I mean, I can find one.
You'll need to. You cannot leave Georgia until a probation officer says, sure, you can leave, even though you're still under our supervision, or you get word, the word you're looking for, that California has agreed to supervise your case.
Yes, Senator.
The way California handles sex offenders may be different from Georgia. So some of the conditions you've heard about may be slightly different in California. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand the benefits of first offender, that this is technically not a conviction? You will be under sentence and you will be needing to comply with all the conditions of probation and the registry. But if you successfully do that and complete your sentence, then it will remain not a conviction for you, which is very helpful as you attempt to get back to work. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The risk of first offender is that if you prove unable to stay out of trouble, although it sounds like for the first 46 years of your life, this was the one situation, whatever it was, But if you do get arrested again, have trouble with the law, not only will you have the new case, but you could be brought all the way back here. And if I find that there's sufficient evidence of some new charge, I could resentence you in this case up to the full 20 years that you face with an aggravated assault charge. You understand that?
I understand, Your Honor.
Understanding the benefits and the risks, do you want to be sentenced as a first offender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll do that. Mr. Casillas, I'm going to sentence you to 10 years to serve 11 months with a balance on probation. Special condition of probation number 1 is no contact of any form with Ms. McNulty. Don't write her, don't text her, don't use a third party to communicate with her. Number 2, you'll need to submit to a psychosexual evaluation. And if that medical professional recommends any treatment, that treatment becomes part of your probation. If there's no recommended treatment, then the only condition of your probation that I'm imposing directly is the no contact. You will have the additional special conditions because you're registering. You will be able to come off the registry of whatever state you're in when you complete your sentence. I am not setting a behavioral incentive date, but if you are doing what you need to do, probation will be less and less intrusive in your life. And at the conclusion of the full 10 years, then you will roll off of both probation and the registry. Any questions about any of that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to emphasize again, you need to stay in Georgia until you get the green light that your probation has been transferred, and then you can move to your parents' house. Understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Ms. Nix, anything else on behalf of the state?
No, sir.
Ms. Ismailova?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
So there you have it, guys. Are you as frustrated as I am? One of the most frustrating things I heard was when the judge says to the criminal, so this is not actually a conviction. That's the last thing he needs to hear. I'm sure he knows, like everybody else knows, that this court is doing everything they can to minimize the consequences for the decisions that he made to attack this woman. So the girl's expected to carry her lifelong sentence for what he did, while every trace of his crime is set to get erased, because after he finishes successfully his probation, he no longer has to, not only does he no longer have to register as a sex offender, the whole thing gets erased. So let's say a young single mom is doing everything she can, working daily, and her young daughter is home, her young teenage daughter is home alone next door to a neighbor who this mom has no way of knowing has done something like this because his criminal registry has been wiped away. That is not, in my mind, that is not fair. I believe that as citizens, we have the right to know who lives among us, what kind of character this person, our neighbor, has. Is it just me, guys? Are you as frustrated as I am? So, I don't know, after probation, I think he still needs to have to register for the rest of his life because this girl has got a life sentence. She will have to live with what he did for the rest of her life, and he should have to do the same. That's my take on it. What's yours? Okay, guys. Hit like and subscribe if you want me to make more videos like this. If you're enjoying it, let YouTube and the algorithm know that this channel has value to you. And until we meet here again, court is now adjourned.